He slips into the woven nest, sealing the hatch below. He slices meat by the fire, turning forage into a feast. Inside the pod, a candle burns. He settles in for the night as embers glow below. Dawn pierces the canopy. He scans the treetops, plotting his next move. He climbs the steep slope, pushing aside thick undergrowth to find ancient vines. These tangled giants form the skeletal framework needed to expand his aerial domain. He spots a massive ring-shaped liana after testing its strength. He vaults over the twisted roots, confirming this natural pulley can bear heavy loads. The machete flashes, severing the vine's anchor. A sharp yank sends heavily on his tumbling down, harvesting yards of prime cordage in one fluid motion. He drags the massive haul through the underbrush, leaving a deep trench in the damp earth. Back at camp, he drops the heavy vines beside the boulders. This stockpile is his lifeline, tethering his sanctuary to the sky. He sorts poles and climbs the core-twisted vine. High above, he begins the architectural ballet, fitting new timber into the matrix. Perched on the frame, he wedges a support. Brought into a pride gap, his gaze stays locked on the fulcrum, ensuring each piece maintains the nest's delicate balance. His shoulders the massive timber, walking steadily back to the site. His raw endurance fuels the shelter's vertical rise. Crouching on the leaf-strewn ground, he saws through a tough vine. His forearm muscles flex with each stroke, showing the force needed to tame these wild fibers. He drives a carved peg into the tree's fissure, securing the anchor. This simple joinery forms the base for the elevated platform. Suspended high above, he balances with one hand while hammering spikes with the other. Each rhythmic thud echoes through the silent jungle, locking the wooden frame into place. Balancing on the circular edge, he weaves slender vines through the beams. This warp and weft process transforms the hollow frame into a dense load-bearing grid. At the ring's heart, his small figure labors against a vast green expanse, revealing the project's true magnitude. He wraps a leafy vine around the joint using an ancient lashing. This binding reinforces the structure while blending it into the wild. He whips the vine around the beam, pulling hard. The fibers groan under strain. He pauses to breathe, then reinforces the nest center with multiple woven layers. This redundancy is a vital safety margin against the rainforest's dynamic loads. He settles onto the woven mat, testing its elasticity. The base has finally taken shape, forming a sturdy bowl that can safely bear his weight. He lowers into the woven cradle, letting vines support his weight. Gazing up through the canopy, relief washes over him as the floor holds firm. He lifts a thick, curved liana, aligning it vertically at the nest edge, hammer in hand. He prepares to secure this vital guardrail. The guardrails rise, forming a hemispherical shell. He secures the perimeter, defining his aerial refuge. He bends a thick vine into an arc, locking it against the support. He binds joints with leather, striking them tight with a stone mallet. Friction-fit joinery uses tension alone, needing no metal fasteners. He rises to the edge, adjusting the upper rib's vertical angle. Perfect symmetry here is vital to prevent the dome from collapsing under its own weight. He weaves flexible branches between the vertical posts. This cross-hatching builds a solid wall, blocking the harsh canopy winds. His fingers fly, weaving the wall tight with traditional warp and weft precision. He wedges a thick vine into the matrix, adjusting it to spread lateral forces evenly across the lattice. From a distance, the woven walls now obscure the builder's lower half. The shelter is no longer just a platform, but an enclosed sphere suspended between ancient rainforest giants. Working inside, he tackles the dome's apex. Tight space forces compact, deliberate movements. He uses his body weight to bend thick branches, jamming them into the support beams. The top snaps shut, sealing the weatherproof arboreal bunker. He surveys the dark interior, then turns to a side opening. A custom panel will seal this gap, finalizing the habitat. He slots the side panel into the frame, sealing the nest against the elements. Stitches complete, he sheathes his blade. The nest blends with the foliage, achieving total camouflage. He gathers a long timber from the slope, trimming branches to craft the ladder's main stringer. He binds to poles at a right angle using a square lashing. This foundational knot creates a rigid joint essential for the ladder's rungs. Crouching on the slope, he trims a thick ring vine. This piece anchors the ladder, transferring its load safely to the tree trap. He threads thin branches through the frame, creating a star-shaped support. This radial design spreads weight evenly, preventing stress fractures. He runs a hand over the node to verify its flatness, then begins weaving the large panels for the upper tiers. He lifts a massive woven panel, flexing it to test resilience. It bends but holds firm, proving the weave withstands stress. He straps a huge panel to his back and climbs the steep slope to the high platform, ready for the final assembly. He hoists the heavy panel, aligning it precisely with the mainframe to seal the dome structural gap. From within, he aligns the circular hatch to seal the entrance with a precise, tight fit. He swings to hatch open and shut. The mechanism clicks with precision while the exterior mimics bark for concealment. He tosses his pack inside and vaults in. This crossing marks a shift from transient forager to permanent resident of this elevated sanctuary. He digs into the boulder crevices with a stone axe, clearing soil and roots to prepare a stable base for the stone masonry. He heaves the massive mossy slab using his shoulder and knee to slowly slide it into place. He packed small stones into the gaps, locking the slabs tight to withstand heavy tropical rain. He hacks through the rotting log, clearing thick branches. This aggressive work yields dry hardwood for a hot, lasting fire. He grips the blade, splitting a thick log with explosive force. The flying wood chips show he is turning massive timber into high-calorie fuel. He scrambles over slippery boulders, stacking wood on the stone platform. Elevating fuel above the damp ground keeps it dry and ready to ignite. He selects a dry stick for tinder, knowing its low moisture is key to ignition. He shaves wooden to paper-thin curls, piling them in a rock crevice. This maximizes surface area, ensuring even a tiny spark ignites the fuel. The flame catches instantly, racing through the dry shavings to engulf the wood chips above. He splits a green bamboo stalk with a sharp blade. The moist interior becomes skewers to prevent the meat from burning while roasting. He arranges the bamboo skewers beside the fire, now a bed of glowing red coals. He lifts the lid, taking out marbled meat and threading it onto bamboo prongs. The fat and lean align for even juiciness under heat. He drives the bamboo rack into the soil, angling it toward the coals to roast slowly with radiant heat. The meat sizzles, turning a rich golden brown. He climbs the tree to inspect the nest above. He climbs to the top of the nest and pulls out a roll of clear waterproof film from his pack. He spreads the plastic sheet over the woven dome, sealing the shelter against rain. Against the twilight, the treehouse and fire pit form a striking contrast. He slides down the trunk to the warmth of the flames, ready to claim his rewards. He tends to fire rotating skewers to ensure even cooking. This careful heat management separates a perfect meal from a char disaster. He flips the skewers for an even sear, sparks rising with the heat. The rich aroma of roasting meat fills the air. With the fire stable, he lifts the roasted skewers and strides to the tree, climbing back to his aerial nest to enjoy the meal. He slips into the nest, shielding his meal before settling on fresh banana leaves. Sitting cross-legged, he tears into steaming meat with bare hands, chewing slowly as satisfaction settles. In this haven, a hot meal becomes a celebration of survival. He climbs down to smother the glowing embers with ash, ensuring no smoke reveals his hidden nest. In the suffocating dark, he lights a slender torch. The flame dances on his face as he carries this fragile beacon up to his treehouse refuge. He climbs the rough tree trunk holding a torch. The flame sways and leaves glowing trails in the dark night. He lights a candle at the nest's edge, bathing the woven walls in warm gold. The glow transforms the cold lattice into a cozy space, pushing back the rainforest's dark. He zips into the fixed sleeping bag, finding comfort in the woven nest. He lies back, gazing up at the vine roof. His breath steady as the candle burns on quietly.